This exercise is a heel drop. It's designed to create flexibility into the calf and to stretch that calf out. What you want to do is put your foot on the box with your toe right at the edge, and then you're going to drop your heel down. Now, you're going to drop the heel down as far as you possibly can, and you're going to do this over and over again until you feel no more stretch in that calf muscle. Once that calf muscle is completely stretched out, you can start to move your foot forward on that box, and this way you're going to affect a different part of that calf and you're going to stretch it out even more deeply. So you're going to continue to move that foot forward little by little, continuing the same pattern of dropping that heel all the way down until you feel no restrictions in the calf at all. Here's another heel drop variation. This one's designed not so much for the calf flexibility, but for mobility of the joint. You're essentially doing the same thing, except for you're using a different fulcrum and you're putting your weight forward, driving your knee forward over that toe in order to mobilize the ankle. You're mobilizing the ankle in the front. Now, once again, you're going to continue to mobilize the ankle till you don't feel any restrictions. And then once it feels like it's loose in this particular foot placement, you're going to move your foot more forward on that box to essentially affect a different part of that ankle. And you're just going to keep moving the foot forward and forward until you've completely mobilized that entire ankle. This flexibility exercise is the downward dog. Ideally, what you want to do is get into a position where your hands are flat, elbows are locked out, knees are locked out, and heels are touching the ground just like this. This is the optimal position that you want to get into. But if you can't get into this position, what you want to do is start with your hands and your feet closer together. And then you're going to start by having your heels off the ground, and then you're going to slowly take your heels and press them into the ground, alternating feet like I'm doing right here. Once that feels more comfortable, you slowly slide your hands forward, repeating, alternating heels. You can do both heels at exactly the same time. You're just getting to the point where you feel no strain in those calves at all. Like you see, I'm slowly crawling my hands forward, doing both heels, doing one heel at a time, just basically working those calves as much as I can in the most comfortable way that I can. What you're trying to do is get to the point where you feel a stretch, but it's not debilitating. You're just feeling a little bit of uncomfortableness. As you do this over and over, your calves will be more and more flexible until, like I said before, you have your hands flat against the ground, elbows locked out, knees locked out, and heels touching the ground. This is an ankle mobility exercise. Ideally, what you want to be able to do is have your foot about a hand width away from the bar, have your heel flush against the ground, and then be able to take that knee and press it into the bar, or at least touch the bar, right? But if you are unable to get into this position, what you want to do is start by having your foot closer to that bar. So I'm going to adjust my foot, put it closer to the bar, and then I'm going to kind of work that ankle, push some pressure into it so I can finally touch that bar. Once I can touch it and my heel is flush against the ground, I'm going to move that foot back and I'm going to repeat. I'm just going to continue to slowly move my body weight forward, move that knee in front of the tip of the foot, have it touch the bar. Once that's comfortable, then I'm going to move the foot back. And I'm just going to continue to repeat this until I'm away from the bar about a hand's width, which will be the ideal amount of mobility in your ankle.